Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company, and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. I'm just getting started out here. I am out here on Lake Erie, and we've got a gorgeous, gorgeous day upon us, and a few drops down, and we're getting into some nice perch. Oh, look at that one, almost a catch and release. There's a nice chunky perch right there. That's an average size perch right here on Lake Erie. It's pretty much average size. That's a nice chunky fish though. Now here's the thing. I'm just getting set up here, and if you start to get into some fish, you want to get your line right back down there real quickly, because where there's one, there's usually more, as you can see here. And what I did is, you can see where the shoreline is. I've walked out probably about, I gotta be at least 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles offshore. 1.5 miles for sure. And the water depth here is about, I'm guessing, at about 35, I just missed another one. At about 35 feet. See if I can entice that bite again. Like I said, where there's one, there's more. Oh yeah, there we go, folks. Now I've decided to go with the smaller Stingnose today. Oh, this feels like a nice fish. Oh, that's a good one. I like the 3/16 and the 1/8 ounce for perch, especially when you're ice fishing. Oh, this feels like a good fish. And as you notice, I'm not using any bait. I'm just using the Stingnose because it just looks so realistic. Oh, that's why he felt so big. I hooked him on the side. Okay, that's all right. We'll put him right back from where he came, and we'll try that again. Okay, I'll get down there right away, but at least that's telling me there's fish down here. So, and like I say, you got to take advantage. Now, since I'm out here, I'm out in the open. It is a nice day. I do have a hut, and I like to fish in the hut, but if I get an opportunity, I'd rather fish out in the open, just like I'm doing right now. It's absolutely gorgeous to fish out in the open. So if you get an opportunity to fish in the open, take advantage of it and do it. But when you do, it's very important with your fishing rods. Oh, there's another one. With your fishing rod, folks, this one, as you notice, this is one of my favorite fishing rods. It's got very big eyes on it, and this feels like a good fish. It's got very big eyes on it, and you want those large eyes because they will freeze up on you. As you're reeling your line in, the water will accumulate on the eyes and they'll freeze up on you. There's another nice, that's a nice average size. Oh look, he's coughing up. He's coughing up, looks like a goby. Get my hook out of there. He's coughing up, I think, a goby, folks. Hard to tell. No, it's kind of regurgitated. That's okay. Let me get my line back down there again. But yeah, and the other important thing with fishing rods, if you're looking for a good ice fishing rod, so the big eyes are key when you're out in the open. In a hut, it doesn't matter. You could have small eyes, no problem. But the other thing I like, and the reason this is my favorite rod, it's got 5 eyes on it. I've got another rod that only has 2 eyes on it, and I don't like it that much because you're not fishing with a long rod. You're just fishing with a little fishing rod here. Oh, I just had another hit. And what that means is there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on your fishing line when you bring it in. So with the 5 eyes, you see you got a nice bend to it. The rod actually absorbs a lot of the pressure from the fish fighting. And especially if you've got bigger fish, you want to make sure that you relieve the tension on your line as much as possible. And today I'm just running 6-pound test line, and that's all you really need. But yeah, the number of eyes is very important. If you could find a rod with 5 eyes, a small ice fishing rod with 5 eyes, absolutely perfect. There we go. There's another one. Oh, I just lost him. Let me put it back down again. And the other thing, you see how small this rod is? You can get some bigger ice fishing rods as well. The only issue is, oh, there we go. If you have a big ice fishing rod, it's fine when you're fishing out in the open. But if you're fishing in a hut, you're limited with space. So you're going to want to have a small fishing rod if you're going to fish in a hut. If you're out in the open, it doesn't matter as much. There's another, that's another average size. That's a good size perch. They get a lot bigger here in Lake Erie. You can get some real big jumbos. But what a nice day to spend an afternoon though. But yeah, keep those tips in mind, folks, with ice fishing rods, because it does make a big difference. And it could make the difference between an enjoyable day out here and a not so enjoyable day. But today is sure enjoyable. And then as far as reels go, you want a small reel. I mean, I'm fishing 35 feet deep here. You don't need a great big line unless you're fishing, you know, 100 feet deep or something really, really deep. There's another good hit. But these little reels, they'll hold a lot of line. And today's line, folks, are, you know, you got a lot of thin diameter lines. You don't need a big reel, and have a small reel with a good, nice little drag system and instant anti-reverse, and you'll have yourself a nice little ice fishing reel. There's another chunky, nice chunky perch right there. Boy, they're solid fish. Hey, isn't that a nice perch? I mean, that's not, I don't think you would consider that jumbo status, but I certainly would call that a nice perch. Okay, again, just dropping it right down to the bottom. Let the Stingnose get down there and do its thing. And that's the beauty. Now, if you have minnows, you could tip these. You could put a little piece of minnow on if you want. But as you see, I'm just fishing it just the way it is. And I had some people write in very happy about that, because some places don't allow any kind of bait. And if that's the case, well, that's all right. It's no problem. Not just the Stingnose jigging spoon. Any jigging spoon you could use without bait. The thing with the Stingnose is, though, it's just so realistic looking. It just triggers a lot of hits. And that's what it's doing today, folks. I'm triggering myself a lot of hits, and I'm having myself a real nice day. You can see there's nobody out here. I'm out here in Lake Erie. There's absolutely nobody out here. People go way up north for tranquility. I'm right here, all by myself, and I'm catching fish. I don't think it gets any better than that, let me tell you, folks. And there's plenty of ice. It's plenty safe out here. There's about, I'm going to say there's a good 14, 16 inches of ice. So like I say, I just got started. It's the afternoon. The sun is starting to go down. It's about, I'm going to say 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I just came out for a couple hours just to get a few fresh perch for the dinner table tonight. And it looks like that's what's going to happen. If you get an opportunity, folks, if you've never tried ice fishing, give it a try. Keep those tips in mind when you're looking for ice fishing rods. And I hope wherever you are, you're able to get out and give it a shot. Have some fun on the ice. That's what I'm doing today. Thanks ever so much for tuning in to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing.